Namaste Shindeji, how are you today?
I am fine, sir.
Great, great. I wanted to ask you some new questions again, Shindeji.
Hmm.
Tell me, career-related matters, do they really lead to person remaining unmarried?
See, there are two types of career situations here. The career situation number one is if there are some people who don't do well in a career after they pass out of college and their career doesn't grow, let us say, until the mid 30s or till the 40s, they somewhere develop a low self worth or a low self esteem, and they feel that with this kind of a non progressive career it is not appropriate to get married. Because you see, in any marriage, generally, whether it is an arranged marriage or love marriage, generally, for the well-being of family, a good career situation is looked at, from a prospective match. So, a career situation, not a good career situation can create a situation of being unmarried. Then there is the career situation number two. There are some people who start doing so well after they come out of college. They get so drawn into deeply into a very progressive career or a very vibrant career where there is a lot of work, that they just don't realize how time has passed by, and they are busy.
Basically, ambitious and workaholic people.
Yeah, basically, you can say ambitious and workaholic people.
Yeah.
And then they suddenly one day when they are 35, 40, they realize that time has passed by, and they have never given marriage a serious thought. And then once you come into that age bracket, you've lost the right age for marriage, especially in Indian society.
True.
And then that unmarried situation kind of starts. Some of them still get married after 30, 40, but somewhere this kind of a situation as well can create a problem as such.
True, true. And does financial matters lead to person remaining unmarried in such cases?
Yes, see, sometimes even if the career is good for some people and that can make them eligible to get married, however, financial commitments of some people, let us say there is a man whose career is generally doing well, but then he has to contribute financially to the well-being of the parents. He has to get his younger sisters married. He has to what you call say construct a house for their parents. He or she may have certain financial commitments which are very strong, and these financial commitments can actually go on for such a long time that they actually miss the bus in terms of marriageable age, the appropriate marriageable age.
And you feel the friends and peers are also responsible for such a decision for somebody remaining unmarried?
Well, you see, in today's world, a lot of people are actually influenced by their friends, peers, colleagues, and people around them. If somebody else is having a love marriage, there are some people who think or say that we should also have a love marriage. If somebody has a wife of a particular kind or a husband of a particular kind in terms of career, in terms of personality, in terms of financial status, then there are others who also start wishing that we should also have a wife of that kind, or we should also have a husband of that kind in terms of career, in terms of financial status, or in terms of the kind of marriage that is love marriage. And we should also have a romantic relationship like others have. We should also have a husband or wife who is abroad. Things like that actually influence people, and this is known as peer pressure. From some perspective, it's a commonly used term.
What about special personality traits? Do they lead to a person remaining unmarried? Like, let's say, a solitude or independence?
Yes, you see, there are some people, like I mentioned in my preceding videos, they are very individualistic. They want everything to happen their way. And, they are so strongly individualistic that, they find it very difficult to invite somebody into their life and, dictate terms or share their space with somebody else. This can cause a situation of being unmarried. Then there are some people, due to struggles in life or because they are built like that psychologically, they go into the mode of being in solitude or being in loneliness, and they find it very difficult to accommodate somebody in their life because they get so used to that solitude and loneliness.
And do you really?
That leads to being unmarried. Yes.
I see. And do you get people who say that, we are just not been able to find the right partner? I mean, that is, led them to remain unmarried. Do you get such kind of people?
Oh, yes. In fact, in very good number, there are some people who say, we have not been able to find the right kind of husband, or we've not been able to find the right kind of wife. Okay. In terms of their career, financial status, in terms of personality, in terms of their communication skills, or in terms of likings, in terms of culture and things like that. Sometimes it is very difficult to realize and understand from them what exactly is your kind of match that you are not being able to find. And sometimes they themselves are not able to articulate and verbalize what exactly is your kind of match. So there are these psychological dimensions to it, and there are these social dimensions to it as well.
What about the recent trend which we see of love marriages? Do they lead to some people remaining unmarried, seeing these love marriages around?
Yeah, in fact, you see, we have moved into an era where the trend of love marriages has started increasing. We are also influenced by the Western society, we are influenced by the social media, we are influenced by the movies. And the world around has changed, the dating culture has.
Yeah, people are living in
increased.
together, isn't that?
Yeah, the live-in relationships have also started. As a result of that, people have become modern. People work in companies where infrastructure is different, the work environment is different, the kind of people you work with is different. There are multicultural people around you, and there are interesting cases around you of romantic relationships and things like that. So a lot of them are actually not interested in getting married the arranged marriage way, are very particular only about having a marriage the love marriage way. And sometimes there are some people who are not able to get into a romantic relationship and not being able to fulfill the dream of accomplishing a love marriage, as a result of which marriage gets delayed, and then it leads to a situation of remaining unmarried.
And what about religious and spiritual reasons? Do they lead to somebody remaining unmarried? Like somebody who's very spiritual or very religious?
Well, there are a lot of people who are very religious. They are into a lot of, they subscribe to some philosophy. They want to lead a very pious life. They want to lead a life that involves a lot of prayers, worships, yoga, meditation, things like that. They want to be detached from the materialistic world. And they are aware that, with this kind of religious attributes, it is very difficult to find a wife, who can adjust with their way of living as such. So there are these people who decide to remain unmarried, or even if they want to remain unmarried, it is very difficult to find somebody who wants to marry a person who's too much into religion and spirituality and that kind of a life as such. Rare cases, there are people who find, but generally it becomes...
I see. And are there any other reasons which come to like the top of your mind, which, why people just want to remain unmarried? Any other specific reason?
See, I'll tell you one very interesting thing.
Sure.
There are a lot of people I have spoken to at length on why they don't want to get married, or why they have remained unmarried until the age bracket of 40, 50, 60. Sometimes there are so many cases, or many cases, where people have said we don't have an exact reason as to why we don't want to get married. They are just not able to verbalize and articulate their thoughts or their situations in life that have led to them getting into an unmarried situation. They just don't have a correct reason as such why they want to remain unmarried, or why didn't they get married. And I also am sometimes not able to understand why they have remained unmarried, or why they don't want to get unmarried. So you will see one interesting segment of people with these attributes as such, who don't have an exact explanation of remaining unmarried. Of remaining unmarried. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shinde. It was a great learning experience once again. Thank you so much.
Namaste, sir. Thank you so much.